Yeah, it's a lot of manga this month. What's up, guys? Welcome back to a new video on East Coast Manga. So today we have almost 80 volumes of manga. That's a lot. That is a ginormous amount of manga, especially for me recently. This month was a lot of taking advantage of sales, taking advantage of a $100 Rightstuf gift card I still need to use, taking advantage of Bull Moose, just regular super low prices. There's a lot of stuff. And without further ado, I don't want to spend too much time talking about whatever. I'm going to get right into this. I will say I'm not going to go super in depth with all these volumes because it would just be here. I would be here forever talking to you guys, which, hey, some of you guys may enjoy, but some of you guys maybe not. So I'm just going to go through these. I will let you know whether I like them or not. A lot of these I have actually read, but some of them I haven't. I just haven't had all the time to be able to read all of them. Also, just want to mention I am doing a giveaway. If you're watching this video right now as it's coming out, it is still live, so go down in the description, click the link in the description for the gleam.io. There's two different giveaways. I made a whole video before this one, so if you want to also check out that, you can, but you can just click on the link. It's very self-descriptive. It'll tell you exactly what it is. There's a chance to win a $25 Barnes & Noble's gift card, or a $50 Rightstuf gift card, or a $25 Amazon gift card. Alright, so the first series I'm going to show you guys, we have Mobile Suit Gundam, The Origin. This is volumes 8, 9, and 10, I believe. This is what I needed to be able to complete my set of Mobile Suit Gundam. And these volumes are just absolutely amazing. They're super, but they're insanely high quality. They're insanely heavy. Like, the material used is unbelievable. A lot of people say that Mobile Suit, I think, not Thunder, I don't know, whatever the other one is a lot of people's favorites. I don't know if it's out of print or out of stock or anything like that, but I have heard really, really good things about this series, and the fact I was able to get all the volumes for under retail, I think there's 12 volumes in total, is just huge for me. So now I can actually start it. I don't like starting manga until I have all the volumes, so yeah, I'll let you guys know what I think. The next series I picked up, which this came from Rightstuf as well, and let me explain to you why I picked these up this month after I show them, but we have a bunch of volumes of the YuGiOh manga, and this is the Viz Media 3-in-1s, hopefully that focuses. And as I talk, I'll show you guys some covers. But basically the reason why I picked this up was because, well, unfortunately, the creator of YuGiOh passed away not that long ago. And I'll be totally honest with you guys, I have loved YuGiOh since I was a little kid. I love the manga of what I've read so far. I've talked about it before in some of my other videos, like some of my older videos. I picked up some YuGiOh manga, and these might be out of order, so I apologize for that. I'm just showing you guys the covers. But literally, as soon as I saw on Twitter that morning that the creator had passed away, I immediately went on to Rightstuf and picked up the volumes that I needed, or at least most of them. I'm missing still one volume, which I could have gotten for $50 on Amazon the other day, but I passed up on it because $50 for a volume's a lot. But now someone bought that, so it's sold out, and now I can't find this copy. So if anyone has a copy of the 3-in-1, which is I think volume 8, but it's 22, 23, and 24, if they have it, or if they, you know, maybe see it out in the wild, let me know, because I will 100% buy that from you. But yeah, the reasoning of why obviously I went and did that is because I knew that some of these were already super hard to find. Way before his passing, I had already gotten a bunch that were super like expensive. I managed to find them in stores and stuff like that, and I'm like, man, I really don't want to miss out on the opportunity to have all of this manga in my collection. I know how resellers are, I know how scalpers are, I know that people did the same thing I did, but to sell them immediately probably that day, or you know, the upcoming weeks, even right now. So instead of waiting until all the prices for them got super high, I decided to just go on Rightstuf. They weren't like on like a birthday sale or anything like that, but they were still under retail, so I picked up all, like I said, most of the ones I needed. I got one off of Amazon, which was right around retail, and then yeah, I'm still looking for this last one, but I have all the other ones, and I'm super happy to have this. But next we have Kaiju number 8, volume 3. I highly recommend this series. I had it in one of my videos where I recommend some shonen manga. This is just a fantastic series. There's only 3 volumes out right now, super easy to catch up. It has to do with kaiju and hunters and a dude who can turn into a monster. It's It's fantastic. It's Shonen Jump. I highly recommend you guys check it out. Next we have Call of the Night. I'm not going to talk about too much because this was also in one of the videos. If you click back, one of my last videos talking about some shonen manga that you should pick up. But this Call of the Night volumes 1 through 6. I think there's definitely 7 volumes out. There might even be 8 at this point. But yeah, pretty good series. I would say semi-unique. Has a nice kind of rom-com, but also kind of dark. I'm not super far into it, but I've had so many people recommend it to me, saying that it's amazing and it only gets better and better and better. So next we have Spy Family Volume 7. I'm not fully caught up yet, but I do pick these up when they come out. I think I'm up to 5 or 6 right now in terms of reading them. I also got Horimiya Volume 1. This was totally different. I don't know, I think someone recommended Horimiya. I don't remember who it was, but I've heard about, I've heard about it all online and stuff like that before. So I don't know, a lot of the stuff you'll see, I'm kind of branching out and trying out some new things. So next we have a Shuzo Oshimi manga, which is Blood on the Tracks. This is Volume 9. This is easily the best spine out of the entire series, the best colors, everything. This just goes so crazy. The red spine in contrast to the other volumes. I'll show you guys some B-roll or something like that. It is crazy, crazy, crazy. Just like the story is crazy. I think I'm actually still a little past Volume 9 because I did read it online a while ago, and there's more volumes out in Japanese, so more scans out and stuff like that. But yeah, this is a great series. Also, I'm not gonna be able to show you guys any art because apparently Shueisha is possibly copywriting more videos these days that show any type of art, so I'm not even gonna take that risk. I apologize, but you can Google them and you'll see them on Google Images. But yeah, Blood on the Tracks. Next we have Sensei's Pious Lie. This is one of the volumes that I have read this month, Volume 2. Personally, I am not the biggest fan of this series. I might not keep collecting. I'm honestly not sure if I'm going to keep collecting it or not. I might read a little bit of it online to kind of go ahead of where we're at physically to see if I like it. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was going to be a little more crazy than it is. It's a little boring to me. I don't know. It's not like the greatest thing ever. Plus these volumes are $25 from Kodansha and they're nothing special. They're literally nothing special. I don't know if this was just like kind of expensive to license or whatever, but yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna continue this. It's expensive. And then the next manga, which I actually didn't even know this was Square Enix until I saw this as I'm like picking it up to show you guys. But we have probably one of the most popular manga out right now in terms of like what people are talking about. This and one other series I'll show you guys. But for this kind of genre, which I'm not even sure what type of genre this is, maybe like I'm not even gonna get into it because I know people are gonna like correct me and give me hell down in the comments. But we have My Dress Up Darling, Volume 1 through 5. This is a series that I've really enjoyed. It's not necessarily the fastest story, but it's not like super slow anyways. It is very interesting, I feel. I actually made a video recently talking about this manga and some other manga that I recommend you check out that I've been kind of binging / reading a lot of. So I've read all 5 volumes. I can't wait for the 6th volume. This is a very interesting manga about cosplay and someone who is really into cosplay. The other person is really into making the cosplays and designing them. I don't know, I think it's just really different than a lot of other stuff I've read, and I think it's really hyped up for a reason. There's also an anime which people love, so if you want to check out the anime, or if you want to check out the anime first, and then determine whether you're going to buy the manga off of that, totally feel free to do that, because I know a lot of people have. Next is a series, which I'll be honest with you, I haven't read this yet. I think I'll probably like it, but I did buy it more so because of pressure than anything else. The variant cover came out, I saw how expensive it was, people were so excited about it, so I figured the series had to be decently good. I don't know, I guess we'll find out. But this is Wotakoi, and this is the normal Volume 1 and Volume 2. I think I got these from Bull Moose, and I think Volume 2 was like more than half off or something like that. It was super cheap, so I'm like, alright, you know what, I'll try this. And then I had to get Volume 1, which Volume 1 was discounted anyways, but not that discounted. But yeah, stay tuned in the future to see if I like this series or not. I imagine I probably will. It's a romance series, it's, you know, 2 otakus or whatever, but yeah, definitely interested to check this one out. Next we have Golden Kamuy, Volumes 2, 3, and 4, and I feel like volume 2 and maybe 3, for the longest time, I never saw anywhere. It was so difficult to find. Like, they might have had it online, but I think it was kind of out of stock for a while, kind of like, not Happiness, kind of like Hell's Paradise Volume 2. I never see Volume 2 for Hell's Paradise anywhere. So when I saw this at Barnes & Noble's, I figured I had to get it because I loved Volume 1. This series is really, really good. I highly recommend you guys to check it out. It's, in my opinion, actually underrated. I think there's a couple people who dislike it and will let you know they dislike it, but I don't know, like, ever since I've talked about it, there's been so many people that have hit me up and they're like, oh yeah, like, I really like this series, I love this series, I'm, 20 volumes in or whatever, but it's not really like talked about a ton today, at least, or at least, within the people I talk to. The next series we have, which is Heat, is Blue Period Volume 7. I am not fully caught up to date yet. I will be catching up very soon, but I'm about, I think, maybe 4 volumes in right now, but it's amazing. I hear it only gets better as well, so super, super happy to pick this up. And yeah, let me know what you guys think if you have already read Volume 7. Next volume we have, which is interesting because to be honest, what kind of made me pick this up, I was joking about it with some friends, and then I actually saw on Twitter that the mangaka for this series had to stop making or stop drawing this series because of pressure from his family. So I'm like, alright, I want to check this out. And then also my boy Shrek said it was kind of like the female version of Baki. So I'm like, alright, description sounds funny. I see it in Barnes & Noble's. I'm like, it stands out. Let me check it out. So next series we have is Baki Royale. And I know what you're thinking. It looks like trash, whatever. If you don't know anything about it, the series was actually pretty good. And I would definitely describe it more of, it's a manga. It's wrapped up, but it's definitely a manga, I would say. It's super ecchi, it has nudity, 18 plus stuff, but it's not over the top in my opinion compared to like a lot of other stuff. It's definitely mature, don't get that wrong. Definitely wouldn't pick it up if you're under 18. I would say like the artwork's really good, the story's really interesting. It's basically kind of at least the beginning part is a tournament arc where basically she has to fight like 99 dudes. I am interested to see where the story goes because I thought the first arc of the story was gonna be the entire story, but that's definitely not the case, so I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. The next manga, which is from the same creator as Chainsaw Man as well as Fire Punch, To Strip the Meat, which I actually don't know much about. This was a bit of an impulse buy. I got this, actually a lot of this stuff, which like My Dress Up Darling, a lot of this stuff I got at the BAM buy 2 or Books A Million buy 2 get 1 free sale. I went crazy on that. I was on vacation, there happened to be a BAM, like a really, really good BAM where I was at, and I went crazy, got a lot of stuff. This was one of them. I really like Chainsaw Man, really like Fire Punch, figured I really like this one. I still yet to check it out. I've been reading a lot, but this is still one that I have not checked out yet, so wait for my review on that. Also apologize if the light's fluctuating a little bit. The clouds are going over and it's a lot of natural light that I'm getting right now. But the next series we have, which I've talked about, it's, in my opinion, super underrated because I haven't heard anyone else talk about it, haven't heard anyone else mention it, but we have The Walking Cat, which is a zombie apocalypse manga through the eyes of a cat. And it's a bit of a chonker by 7 Seas, and this is $25, which is like not bad considering a lot of other books are $25 and not as big as this one. But it was a super random manga I found at Books A Million when I was looking through, trying to get some stuff for some deals. And I'm like, you know what, this sounds really interesting. I'm not gonna get this time, maybe later. And then on the way back from vacation, we stopped by the same BAM. I'm like, you know what, no, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna get it. It sounds really interesting. It sounds really cool. I haven't heard anyone else talk about it. So yeah, it was good. It was good. I highly recommend you guys check this out. It's not like, it is not cute and fluffy like what you would expect out of maybe a cat manga. It's dark, it's gritty. There's a lot of times when, some of you guys might tear up. I mean, it's a great, in my opinion, it's a pretty gripping story. There's a bunch of different like arcs in it, and there's a lot of characters and like main characters that you'll meet, and I don't know, I really enjoy it. I think you guys should 100% check it out. The next series, which I don't know if I've already shown this in a manga haul or not, but I actually picked up another copy because my original copy I gave to my boy. It was his birthday, like the day it came in, so I read it. I'm like, this is fire. I know he's gonna like it, so I gave it to him. So I did pick this up at BAM. Is Blue Lock. I'm sure you guys have already heard me talk about this, but this is an amazing manga. I have a video like specifically talking about Blue Lock, so if you want to check that out, it's my kind of first impression essentially of it. But yeah, soccer manga that is just really dark, really cool. Highly recommend. Alright, moving on to the probably most popular / most talked about manga in this entire haul, at least, you know, like very recently within the last couple weeks. We have Summertime Rendering, volumes 1 through 3. These are the soft cover paperbacks. The hardcovers are releasing in like October or something like that. They're originally, I think, supposed to release in June. Then they were supposed to release in August, and now I guess Square Enix said during maybe the San Diego Comic-Con that the hardcovers are coming in October. Which, you know what, is not actually a terrible idea in terms of business for them, because they just came out with a box set, which the box set is basically like if you took very, very thin cardboard and just wrap these 3 manga around it and just drew on it a little bit, so there's some artwork. I don't believe there's really anything else special. These volumes themselves actually come with posters, so I don't think you're really getting anything else for the box set. If you're saving some money, then go ahead and do that, but otherwise, you know, whatever. But these are actually really nice quality soft covers, so I don't know exactly what the hard covers are supposed to look like. I don't know what type of quality they're supposed to be, but honestly, if you're like kind of on the fence of whether you want the hard covers or not, just get the soft covers. They are very, very nice. Also, just want to mention, this is a great story. I am super into this. I cannot wait for volume 4 to release whenever it does. I think it's already a completed story. I think there's gonna be like 6 or 7 volumes or something like that. But yeah, I am very into the story, and can't wait for another volume to come out. It's kind of a dark mystery story. It has, you know, kind of reminds me of Ajin in a sense, but on this island. I'm sure a lot of you guys have already heard about it. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it, but highly recommend it. I've read all 3 of these volumes. Alright, next on this list we have Killing Stalking, which, to be honest, kind of regret purchasing just because of how expensive it is. I have never read this before. I heard some crazy things about it. I heard some like crazy fandoms. I don't even know if that's the word for it, but people are obsessed with like one of these characters. It is full color. It's, you know, super heavy, kind of built like Solo Leveling, but just a little bigger. But it is $28. Realistically, it's $30 with tax. I probably will not be purchasing another copy of this. I might even be selling this copy. I didn't really find the story all that interesting. I don't feel like it needed to be talked about as much as it did. I don't know. I'll also say, if you are one of those people who are obsessed with one of these characters on like a weird level, that is definitely weird. You should probably seek help because it's not healthy. Both of these characters are extremely messed up, and like neither of them should be fetishized. Alright, next series on this list we have Colorless. This is volume 1. No idea when volume 2 is coming out, but this is a 7C series. This was recommended to me by YuGiOh, as she has probably recommended to most of you guys, but she thought I liked this, so I got it. I have not fully checked it out yet. I will say it is kind of small, like most 7C's volumes. So it's $15, which is expensive as well for one of these kind of smaller volumes. The pages are pretty good quality, or I would say actually really good quality. They're not photo paper, but they're very thick. I wish I could show you without getting copyright striked, but yeah, this is definitely an interesting concept. Like I said, I haven't been able to check it out yet, but definitely an interesting concept where all color's been stripped of this world, and you know, I think they kind of like color is a very valuable thing and stuff like that, so I don't know, it sounds interesting. Next volume I got is Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. I believe that's, yeah. This is something that I picked up, I guess kind of on a whim. The Prom G was like really heavily recommending it, I would say maybe a couple weeks ago, and he's got a bunch of volumes. He's been reading it for a long time, so I'm like, alright, I've seen it before. I don't really know too much about it, but you don't want to check it out, so I got 1 volume of it. This isn't like the Barnes & Noble exclusive or whatever. I just got like a normal volume. Next we have Welcome Back Alice Volume 2. This is a Shuzo Oshimi manga. Highly recommend Shuzo Oshimi. Wouldn't necessarily say I recommend this volume or the series to everyone. It gets super messed up. You see some of that during volume 2, and if you read volume 2 and that's all you've read and you have questions like, oh, I wonder if this like crazy thing is gonna keep happening, Oh, it does, and it just escalates and escalates and escalates. If you know Shuzo Oshimi manga, you should already know that. But yeah, super messed up manga that on the surface, you would never know. Next, we have a awesome manga, which volume 4 is super out of print or whatever. So if you guys have volume 4, let me know, because I will 100% grab that off you. I need volume 4. Just about every other volume is okay to get. It's not super expensive, but I actually found this at the same BAM that I got a lot of the other stuff with, but this was in like the bargain section, and I think it was actually like outside on one of their kind of trolleys. I was so hyped to find this, because they were selling this for about $6 a volume. These retail for $13, and it has been a series that I like the first 3 volumes of. It was so messed up and interesting that I'm like, I need more. But then volume 4, of course, like I said, out of print. So this series is Magical Girl Apocalypse, and I have volumes 5, 8, 9, 10, and what, 13, I believe? Yeah. So a bunch of volumes that I was able to get very cheap. So anytime I can do that, I will take it for a series that I am really enjoying. But I need volume 4 to continue. So yeah, but yeah, this is a super dark and messed up series. I've talked about it before. I'd recommend maybe you check it out online if you are into kind of a darker seinen / like zombie manga. Next, we have World's End Harem, which I would say kind of belongs with Baki Royale in terms of more of like an ecchi, super ecchi manga. This is wrapped up. I got this at, I think, Barnes & Noble maybe, or maybe Newbury Comics, I don't remember. But the concept sounded really interesting. Basically, there's this disease that wiped out most of the men on the planet. Our main character was put in a like cryo sleep because of a disease he had that they were going to be working on as he was sleeping. So that they ended up finding a cure for that, but then, you know, this whole thing happened. So he woke up, and yeah, he's one of the last men alive, and they are trying to repopulate the planet, but he is not interested in that. There's only one person he's trying to find in the world, someone who he made a promise to before he went to cryo sleep. So it's kind of him avoiding all of these like super awkward situations. I would put it in a very ecchi comedy with probably some action moving forward. It is a rap manga. It is a mature manga, one of those 18+, so read at your own discretion. Next, we have a series called Box of Light. To give you guys my true and honest opinion of this, I wasn't the biggest fan. Now, I didn't hear about this getting hyped or anything. I did hear about its release. I thought the cover looked really interesting. I actually saw it in the store knowing nothing about it and left it, and then I learned more about it and went back. Not specifically for this, but like I went back to the store, ended up having a copy, so I ended up picking it up. The description sounds super interesting, but the actual volume was kind of boring. It was slow. It wasn't what I was expecting. It was much more immature than I thought it was going to be. I would have actually loved it if it was a little more serious and had some more like serious plot lines in it. But essentially it's described as a quiet convenience store at the crossroads between life and death. So it's a convenience store where people will go when they're like on the verge of death. So not necessarily everyone is dying if they're going there, but they're like on the verge, so they can possibly live, I think. Or it might just be everyone dying. See, that's the issue. I'm not even 100% sure, and I've read this. I wouldn't say it's bad manga by any means. I am kind of maybe a little curious where volume 2 goes, but I don't know. I would not necessarily say it's a need to pick up series. All right, next volume. I had to get this. I had to get it for the culture. I had to get it for the boys. We got Dick Fight Island, and this is volume 2, but this is volume 1, which most of you guys are probably familiar with seeing. I had to get it for the boys. I don't know what to tell you guys. All right, gotta get it for the culture. Gotta get it for you guys. I gotta let you guys know what I think of it, which I haven't actually read it yet. I still need to read it. But you guys will see in the future what I think of it. If you want me to make like a separate video or something, I could do that as well. I think there's only 2 volumes, or maybe like 3 volumes. It's very short, but it's only like 2 or 3 volumes. So this might even be complete right here. But I'll definitely gotta let you guys know either in the future video or stream or something like that what I think of it. But I did warn you guys at the beginning of this video that I am branching out into some stuff that I would not have otherwise read if I wasn't branching out. But next series we have volumes 1 through 4 of Dragon Head, and this is a Tokyo Pop, old school Tokyo Pop release. This is a horror manga based off of this field trip that ends up going awry. They end up, I believe, taking this train, which ends up crashing off the rails in this like tunnel slash cave thing. There's only like maybe the main character who survives. I haven't read it quite yet. I've just heard the description and read like just like a first page or two of the manga online before I made the purchase. But I got these off Mercari for a pretty good price. And so yeah, I heard it's a crazy manga. I actually got this recommended by my boy Owen, so shout out to him. I'll leave his channel description down below. I always forget how to pronounce his channel. But yeah, I saw him pick it up and I'm like, oh, that sounds really interesting. So went ahead and grabbed it. There are some more volumes. I think it goes up to like 8 or 9 or something like that. But some of those are a little bit expensive, so I'm happy with the 4 volumes I have. I'll check these out. If I really do like it, then maybe I'll continue hunting for it. But yeah, I heard this manga is super creepy and super crazy. Alright, so the next series we have is a chonker. We have A Silent Voice. This is the hardcover. I believe they're coming out with just one more of these. And this thing is huge. I really like this thing. It's super high quality. The pages use the photo paper type of pages, so they're super glossy, like, you know, smooth and whatever. This thing's pretty heavy. I would say it's really good quality. I bought this from Rightstuf as well, used part of the gift card for this. So yeah, really happy about this. And believe it or not, I have not watched nor read this series. So my plan is to read it and then watch it. The next series I picked up, and this was recommended by my friend Kazi, it is I Can't Stop Cursing You in volumes 1, 2, and 3. This was actually a pretty dark manga. I think people kind of compare it to Death Note in a certain sense, kind of the way that people get killed and stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure, but basically this dude has to kill 30 people in 30 days. Curse kill them. 30 people in 30 days, so yeah, it's pretty much as dark as it sounds. I read partway through volume 1, I need to continue it, but yeah, let me know what you guys think if you have checked this out. The next volume, which really, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I just picked this up when I pick it up. I'm in no rush. These are expensive volumes, so pretty much the only time I get a volume lately is if I know that this volume is expensive or out of stock online, so it's, you know, therefore even more expensive. But this is volume 4 of Vagabond, so now I have volumes 1 through 4. And I'm sure this is a great series, but it's on hiatus, and like I said, I'm just in no rush for it. It's expensive, so I'm not looking to drop a ton of money on a series which, to be honest with you, I'm not super, like, out of a lot of other series I buy, this is kind of on the back end of like my interest. And like I said, I haven't checked this out yet. I could really love this manga, but really I'm picking it up because, really it's on hiatus, so I figured I kind of just want to wait and see if it actually gets completed. And the next series, which is also an expensive series, I am definitely collecting it in the most expensive version, unfortunately, and this isn't even, I mean, I guess kind of expensive retail-wise, but this is, most of these are out of stock and you have to buy them on the secondary market, which is not the worst thing ever because then the creator doesn't get money for it, but it does drive up the cost of these per volume. So if any of you guys have any of these volumes that I don't already have, and this is everything I have except for volume 1, let me know, because I would be, you know, I'd love to pick these up. I heard some great things about them. We have Moroni Kenshin Vizbigs. We have, I believe, what, 3, 4, and 8. I apologize, they're kind of out of order. But 4 and 8 I got from my boy, the Manga Sloth. He actually had some other volumes, but unfortunately I was late to the party and they were already sold by the time I messaged him. So like I said, if anyone has some more volumes, let me know. I do have volume 2 coming in the mail, and then I do have volume 1. So I have 1 through 4 and then 8. And I think the series goes up to 9 volumes. So yeah, it's not a ton, but they are kind of hard to find. And then volume 3 I got from in stock trades. The next series, which I got some more volumes of, which I am collecting kind of slowly because these are all also kind of expensive, so I don't want to go like overboard. But we have a Bride Story, we have Bride Story volumes 3 through 5 right here. I have 1 and 2 up on the shelf. And yeah, I've talked about this story before. I think I probably talked about it in my last haul, but it's an interesting story. There's an age gap, which is a little questionable, but I don't think it's like weird. At least throughout volume 1 and 2, it's not weird. But yeah, this is from the same creator as Emma, which I am looking forward to at some point checking out Emma whenever it comes back in stock. Barnes & Noble said it was going to, but then I guess said it's not going to, so I don't know, they need to make up their mind. But yeah, so I'm excited to have these now as I am enjoying the story and now I can continue with some more. This also is a completed series. I don't remember how many volumes it is though. Next I have a volume of Overlord, which is actually damaged. I'm not even gonna get into it, but I need to replace this volume and then I'm gonna read it. I bought it and I didn't realize that it had some damage on the inside, so it is what it is, but I'll figure it out. Next we have some Heat, which is probably my most recent pickup, or one of my most recent pickups, but we have Tokyo Revengers. I just dropped a video, I think probably 2 videos before this one, and dog, this is so good. This is the Barnes Nobles edition. I actually bought the other edition that's coming from Kinokuniya. So this is the variant cover. It comes with a poster, which you guys can watch my Tokyo Revengers like video to see all that kind of detail. But yeah, so 2 different covers, and I will get that one probably next month's haul. Next we have Record of Ragnarok Volume 2 and 3. And man, this series is so good, but I need to wait for like 10 volumes to come out so I can just binge this, because you read these so fast and they're always leaving you on cliffhangers. Like, 1 volume can be like half a fight. I mean, I don't know. I probably will not continue reading this until there's at least 3 more volumes out. So maybe when we hit volume 6, I will read 4, 5, and 6. Next we have actually kind of a sad manga to tell you guys about as I'm recording this video. Like, this day we got the news. But we have Solo Leveling Volume 4. The artist for Solo Leveling actually passed away today. Really unfortunate. But yeah, this is an amazing series, and I'm super happy to continue the light novel. I actually don't collect the manhwa or manga. I only have Volume 1, and I really just bought that when Volume 1 of the light novel also came out. I didn't know which one I was gonna like more, and I just kind of wanted to also support the creator, as there's not a whole lot of, you know, manga or manhwa that comes out like that physically. Next series which I got really for a pretty good deal, this is you know, probably a couple dollars off of retail, was Ragna Crimson, and this is volumes 1 and 2. So yeah, this was 10 bucks, so $3 off of retail. But this is a series which HVL has recommended, and I've been taking some of her recommendations lately, as she's been recommending some stuff that I haven't really heard other people recommend, you know, not your like typical stuff, and it's definitely been interesting. I have not started this. This was actually, I actually had to pull this off of my shelf near my bed. This is actually this, and the next series actually are 2 volumes which I'm going to be reading next, just to check them out. But as I'm recording this video, like, I was gonna read it last night, but I got busy. So yeah, I will check this out and let you guys know. I just know it has to do with dragons and stuff like that. I haven't really heard too many other people talk about it. Next is a series which I've heard pretty much no one talk about. I saw it was like releasing or something like that. I saw something about this because I recognized the title in the cover. But we have Run on Your New Legs. This is a manga from Yen Press. Way too expensive at $15 a volume. It is way too thin for $15 a volume. Maybe it's an expensive license, I have no idea. Maybe they're just scamming us, I have no idea. I haven't read this yet. You're gonna have to wait to see my opinion. Maybe it is worth $15, maybe it's the most amazing story that nobody has been talking about. Kinda wish I had already read this before making this video, but I wasn't gonna delay this video. I do actually want to get this out on time, and it takes forever to edit these things. They're so freaking long. But yeah, basically there's a tragic accident. This kid's playing soccer, wants to be on the soccer team in high school. Tragic accident happens, loses his legs. Fancy rich guy comes in, builds him a new leg, and then I don't know what happens from there. Alright, next we have a series from the creator of Erased, which is interesting. This is Island in a Puddle. This is also recommended by my friend Kazi, so went ahead and checked this out. So, I mean, it is interesting because if you look at this, like, this cover, you would not know it's a pretty dark story. I would not say it's like extremely dark, but if you don't read a lot of dark things, then I would say, yeah, it's pretty dark. It's probably darker than a lot of stuff you're reading, but if you read a lot of dark seinen, I would say it's somewhere in there, but it's definitely not the darkest stuff, but it is very interesting. I want to see where volume 3 goes. There's not a lot of volumes. I think there's only maybe 5 or 6 that are coming out, so the series is actually like probably halfway through it, volume 2. I feel like it's slowed down a little bit. I don't know exactly where it's going. It's also very unique artwork for the characters, which, you know, you'd probably like or dislike. And once again, I'll show you guys right here, and then you'll also see with the next series some more artwork. But yeah, it's a bit of a, I'm not even sure if you call it a mystery. I would say Summertime Rendering is more a mystery. Yeah, I would say it's still pretty good. You should definitely check out volume 1, and if you like it, continue it on. I'm gonna keep continuing it. I like the story. I like the especially the manga and, you know, the mangaka, and kind of see where it goes. And the last manga, which I just got super recently, so I've not had a chance to read. I know some of you guys are gonna ask me down in the comments what I think of it, but we have from the same creator of Erased, we have For the Kid I Saw in My Dreams, volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hopefully those were all in order. Yes, they were. These are hardcovers with slipcover cases on them. It seems like a decently dark story. I don't know a whole ton about it. Like I said, from the same creator of Erased, from the same creator as Island in a Puddle. I got these off Mercari for, in my opinion, a really good deal. I think maybe paid like 30 bucks for all of these or something like that. I forget exactly what it was, maybe even cheaper. But yeah, definitely looking to check this out very soon, especially because some of you guys have been asking me about it. I think it was Blue Tempest who maybe sold his volumes before checking them out. I figured exactly who asked me about it, but yeah. So I'm definitely gonna check this out. Like I said, I don't know too much about it. I kind of bought it on a whim because I wanted to get some more manga from this mangaka. And I also know, I believe it's kind of a darker mystery as well. As far as I know, it's about a story, but this kid who had this twin brother and obviously this family, and the entire family's murdered right in front of him. And the rest of this, I guess the story is him trying to find the murderer, and I'd assume maybe being able to kind of talk to his twin brother in some way, or, you know, imagining he is going through the trauma. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I'll let you guys know what I think. And that's gonna wrap up this month's manga haul. I am not expecting this much manga in August. A lot of this stuff, like I said, I got from Rightstuf, I got from the BAM deals, so yeah. I'm definitely gonna have some cool stuff coming in August. I have some stuff already coming from Mercari. A couple of recommendations I've already taken advantage of and found good deals for. And yeah, I will leave you guys off with a little clip showing everything together that I'll use also for the thumbnail. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.